Well, my guest for the morning for AM Talk, Alo Jacobs, is the NDC Central Region Chairman. He's in the studio. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Jacobs.
Thanks.
Okay, and I also have in the studio Member of Parliament for Nagdam, Boniface Gambila Adagbila. I'm right. All right. I was expecting you.
Yes.
The rains affected you. How was the rain yesterday? Your experiences
The
with
rain.
it?
Oh, it affected everybody.
Yes, it did.
And I'm sure my good friend here caused it. Oh. Did it affect you? It affected everybody.
Okay, let's look at this.
You were the cause.
And apparently, you know, the president was speaking to an Accra-based TV station, TV3, about how he will be ready in the future and now to debate the MPP flag bearer on any day on the subject of whether Ghana or the government has borrowed to a certain tune or how development should take place in our country. And being circulated on social media had been that a statement had been making rounds allegedly signed by an aide to Nana Dankwa Akuffo Addo, that he said he was ready to debate him or debate the president any day, but that really was not going to resolve the problems of the country. We have Nana Boache on the line. He's an MPP communicator who would want to speak to him. A very good morning to you, Mr. Boache.
Oh, Mama, good morning. How are you there?
I'm good. Are you the one who is also a member of parliament, an aspirant?
No. I dropped out. I was supposed to contest for Menshano.
Oh, you dropped out. Okay, for
Menshano.
Menshano.
I dropped out, yeah.
But what do you make of this being circulated on social media that apparently your flag bearer had responded to the jibe by the president that if you like, come and debate me there and now?
Mama, let me say good morning to you and your viewers, and then also your panelists, especially Uncle Jacobs. Number one, I think the president's call was very pathetic and a desperate precedent. Frankly speaking, I mean, you are the president. You have been given a mandate to rule, and then you say you are doing your work. So why throw a challenge to a main opposition leader? And in any case, we have had almost about 4 debates as well. Almost every other year, Nana has participated. In 2008, he did participate. In 2012, exactly the same. And then in 2016, certainly he is going to participate. He has always, availed himself for such occasion. So I think the president's call was just a deviation from his followers, frankly speaking, if you ask me, because if you have the mandate, you are ruling, you are doing what it is. I mean, why just call on the person that had come, let's debate? I think it was, for me, it was a little bit childish, if I could put it.
But you do agree it was a question posed to him, whether he would or not? Not necessarily that he opted to.
That was even the mark of desperation. You know why? Number one, he says, I am ready. Bring another now. I will debate him. And then in another breath, he says, I mean, that decision will be on my party. You are the leader of your party. I mean, you are the president. So if you think you want to debate, it behoves on you to tell your party that indeed I want to debate. Because, you know, the NDC has castigated and then they have demonized IEA. And IEA, we know, is one major institution that usually organizes such programs. So the NDC has demonized IEA. Now the president is probably trying to also maybe swim in that pool. So he goes like, that decision will be on the NDC party. And for me, I think the president was rather preparing grounds to boycott the IEA debate because of some of the things, some of the unsavory comments they have passed about the IEA, and then how they have tried to demonize their work. But that is not fair, because you have participated in almost all their debates. So why demonize them now? Why call them names now? So for me, it was unfair. And I think the president's call, as I said, it was quite bizarre. In one breath, you want to debate Nanado. In another breath, that decision will be on your party to make so when the time comes. And then he even said something which is outrageous as well. He said that decision will be framed up based on who is going to moderate, how the questions are going to be like, how the settings are going to be like. So in a debate that you want to participate and you think you are fully ready and prepared, why don't you even question the modus operandi of that particular debate? If you think you are ready, if you think that issues, you can respond and then articulately bring out all the views? Why didn't you say that now it will be dependent on how the whole debate is going to be organized? For me, I think it was, a double tank, which the president, for me, all of this marks of a desperate president who is just, clenching on straws. For me, that is how I saw it. And indeed, as you rightly put it, there was some publication out there on social media that that was allegedly attributed to Nana Addo's press secretary, who is a very close friend and a colleague of mine. Eugene has also issued a disclaimer to the effect that Nana Addo has not issued, or the office of Nana Addo has not issued any statement to that effect. So more with that, that is it.
Okay, so now we know that what is being circulated on social media was not coming from the office of the flag bearer, is that it?
No, certainly it was not coming from
right.
the office of the flag bearer.
Well, thank you very much. Nana Boakye is an MPP communicator, or a member of the MPP's communication team. Thanks for that very clarity there. Mr. Alote Jacob, what do you make of the president's whole interview yesterday?
If I should come to the president's interview, the last submission made by
Nana
Boakye clearly gives the impression that it's not the president who is desperate, but a whole lot of confusion, absolute confusion.
In what way?
In the office of Nana Akuffo Addo. If there should be a statement, publication, that Nana is prepared to debate if that will solve Ghana's problem. And then Nana Boakye comes out to say that no, Nana didn't say so. He has not instructed anyone to come out with any of such statement. Then there's a whole lot of confusion within his office. You see, but if he's saying that the call by the president for a debate with Nana, it's an act of desperation, I would say that rather the president has become a scarecrow and the MPP is running helter-skelter, conjugating all manner of statements. And that is what we see in today's publication. And I say yes, if it is true, because I believe that the statement that came out is a true statement reflecting the decision of Nana Akuffo Addo, that yes, he is prepared, if only that will solve Ghana's problem. Because he's been using those words, if that will solve, if that will do this or that. So I'm inclined to believe that yes, it was upon Nana's instruction, this statement was released. And if Nana should come out to say that if that will solve Ghana's problem, then there's a clause, a debatable clause, that if you say if that will solve Ghana's problem, Ghana's problem is being solved. So if you say that if that will solve Ghana's problem, then I'm prepared to debate the president. It's a defeatist statement in itself. That is all I have to say.
Your reaction too?
My reaction? No, my response. I'm not reacting.
Oh, okay, your response.
When...
Did you listen to part of the president's interview or full of it?
Just a bit of it.
You were not interested?
No, I was not interested.
You think it was unusual?
I wasn't aware, and I was busy. I was we had appointments committee meeting, and
it was early in the morning by this time, so I'll be surprised you said that. Yeah, it was during the rains.
Oh no, then I was in traffic.
You were in transit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was supposed to be here yesterday, and because what happened, everybody was scattered. So, we're in a world that in this social media, anybody can do anything, write anything, and put somebody's name because there is no signature normally shown on these social media things. So for me, I haven't seen a letter or a communique written and signed from Nana's office such that there is a withdrawal. Then I can say there is confusion in that office. Who is the writer? We don't know. So an imaginary kind of thing that somebody has written and is from Nana's office, when at the same time the fellows, the one supposed to be writing for Nana makes a disclaimer, and these things happen all along. So to still focus that it is from that office and whatever it is a little bit out of way. So I can't write my question and answer my question. So that is.
Were you in Parliament yesterday?
I was in Parliament on the Appointments Committee. We had a full day. Yeah. So, the call by President, in fact, Nana B has said all. The other bit I want to add is, for me, the President is actually, as my uncle says, a scarecrow.
He's carrying you people, eh?
Yes, he's carrying us from coming to do the right thing. He's preventing us. You know, Nana is desperate. Nana is desperate to come and save Ghana from corruption, to come and save Ghana from proper economic management. So Nana is really desperate. And there is this scarecrow there, as he has put it. The president wants to scare us from entering the farm because he knows that there is something in the farm that
when you come, you do right by.
Yes. So we quite agree with that. The scarecrow is there, and we'll find a way to get it. We'll get the small boys who can pull out the strings around the sticks that makes the scarecrow. But Nana is really desperate to save Ghana.
Too much desperation becomes a nightmare.
Too much of everything is even
becomes
bad.
a nightmare.
Too much of everything is even bad.
Okay.
Can
we wrap up discussion on this?
So Nana is sleepwalking.
So it is a defeatist stand for somebody who is controlling all the resources of this country, giving a mandate. It's a kind of paranoia. So at the mention of Nana's name, then it's like it becomes a taboo word to them, you know. Then butterflies begin to flow in their stomach. That is the way I see my brothers on the other side. So if I am president, there is no way I will be frightened to say we can go and debate, and even I'm ready now. No, your performance will show. You have done a green book. Leave it to the public. You don't need to go around. It means you are doubting your green book. You are doubting your performance. Why do you want to debate when it's even a normal democratic practice? You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to come and begin to feel guilty about things you have done. You get what I'm saying? So it is already a defeatist and a paranoia kind of stand for me.
Now we still have to...